んにちは、ムディターのワヤンです。芸術が人をつなげるというテーマのもと行っているムディターゲストインタビュー企画。今回のゲストはインド伝統舞踊を長年踊り続けているテヌージャ・クリシュナさんです。インドのダンスは神との会話だと彼女は語ります。ダンスという芸術的経験がテヌージャにとって家にいるように心地いいとはどういうことなのか、コミュニティが持つ力とは何なのかにご注目ください。また、テヌージャが踊る南インド伝統舞踊ナテーシャカトワムもムディタ YouTube チャンネルからご覧いただけます。どうぞお楽しみください。
Today's guest is Tanuja, very good friend of mine, who was a fellow musician at Rollins. Thank you so much for taking your time to do this interview for Mudita.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with asking if you can introduce yourself and then give us some background. Where are you from?
Okay, so like you said, my name is Tanuja. I'm 22 years old. I grew up in New York and Orlando, Florida, and my family is originally from India.
So how and why did you decide to start to learn Indian traditional dance?
So I started dancing when I was 4 years old. I was already taking voice lessons, South Indian style Carnatic vocal lessons. And I saw that my teacher also taught dance. So one day I came to my lesson early and I watched the other dancers. And then I kept doing that just because it was fun to watch. And then eventually I was just telling my mom, I want to start. So, and then I just started like that.
Nice. How did you grow your passion with dance?
I think my passion started in the dance class, learning the technique and learning all of the movements, the expressions that go along with it. It was also new to me and exciting. And another thing, it was really challenging. It was so hard. You can compare it to ballet. It's very strict. The positioning of your body, your hands need to be straight. The mudras, the different hand gestures, they're very specific. It was so challenging, and I think I was so determined to just get it right. I think to prove to my teacher, because my teacher was so strict, and I was I used to cry, and I was I can do it. I think I developed this perfectionist kind of attitude from young, because I just wanted to get it right.
So can you briefly describe what the Indian dance is and what is it for?
So the full name is called Bharatanatyam, and it's a South Indian style of dance. It is a religious-based dance. So through our dance, we convey different stories and lessons from our scriptures, in addition to entertaining an audience, because you usually have an audience. It's also your own devotion towards God that you can express. If you separate the syllables, it kind of explains what the dance is. So Bharatanatyam. So the bha comes from the word bhavam, which means expression. So this is the acting and the theatrical part of it. Then bhara, the ra means ragam, which is the music. And then bharata, the ta means tal, which is beats or the percussion. And then natyam, bharata natyam. Natyam is the dance part. So it's the combination of your expressions and the music, and then the percussion, and then the dance.
Do you have any specific moments where you felt I'm so glad that I chose to dance? And if so, what was the moment like?
I think just performing on stage made me feel so lucky that I decided to dance, because it was always such a great feeling. Normally I'm a pretty shy person, I would say, but on stage I could just completely be myself and be very dramatic and bold, and in a way that I am not normally. So this dance allows me to express so much so many emotions that I normally wouldn't. So it's really fun for me. Just sometimes it feels at home. It's it's like all the nervousness goes away.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but most of the time,
Yeah. So as you might know, we have, this traditional art, traditional culture in Japan. But many people in today's society don't really take it too seriously. Like many people don't know about it. Why do you think so? And why is it so important to appreciate traditional art form?
So I think people tend to latch on to what's more popular and what everyone's doing. But I think it's so important to keep these traditional art forms alive, especially for the people living there, so they can learn about their own culture and where that art originates. I think it can help them create more of a community and allow their children also to learn more about their identity, which is really important. Traditional art forms teach you a lot about so many different values like discipline and hard work and determination and even time management that you normally wouldn't get in your other daily activities.
What is the art of dance to you? In other words, like what is the beauty of dance?
The beauty of dance is a combination of it all, of the acting and the expressions, and then the music, and then the percussion, and the whole telling a story. I think it's so unique because first the vocals that's involved is also a very old art form, Carnatic vocals, which is also very intricate and complicated on its own.
Yeah.
And to see it combined with percussion, usually like mridangam, that's what you would call it. And then if you would watch a Bharatanatyam performance, you would see that the beats directly correspond to the dancer's feet. They go at the same time a lot of the time, or they would like mimic each other. Like the percussion would play one thing and then the dancer would dance exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the beauty is that we're combining so many different old art forms that are so intricate and complex on their own, and then you're creating this beautiful story and then expressing these emotions to an audience. And then it's the own dancers' feelings also towards God.
What do you think is the purpose of dance? Why do you dance?
I dance because I love it and it makes me feel alive. And also, it's a way for me to express my own devotion towards God, which is very important to me. It's also a way that I can be more involved with my culture. I think my parents kind of instilled that when I was very young.
Right, yeah.
To understand where we came from and our roots and be who I am.
Yeah. So when you dance, this Indian traditional form of dance, what are you trying to express the most?
I'm trying to convey whatever story is in the dance or lesson that is from maybe scripture or a prayer or whatever. I think that is the most important thing because it's very sacred.
Yeah.
So first, it deserves that respect to be portrayed in the right way. And then second of all, it's my own form of devotion. So I think that's the most important thing. And sometimes it's hard to separate like feelings of nervousness and feelings like you're just trying to, perform the best as you can. But I think it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Not just you're performing for an audience. You're performing for God.
Right.
So,
How do you think did the experience with the dance shape you as a person?
I think my experience with dance taught me a lot of valuable lessons, like I said, like discipline and determination. I think it also taught me a level of humility because you are completely learning something so new from your teacher. So you really have to be open-minded and listen. You know, it doesn't really work if you say, I don't really like how you're doing it. I'm going to do a different way, you know? And especially when you take classes from other people, you have to learn their teaching style, their method. You learn to be more humble. And we have a lot of that in our culture. So before we dance, I didn't do it in the video, but you do this kind of like greetings. So you go like this, and then you touch the ground and you put it to your eyes, and then you go like this. And that's like the beginning pranam, and that is basically thanking God for allowing you to dance on this earth. So we learn, so anytime you dance, you have to do that. And it's also kind of asking permission. And then our teachers, extremely important. So we touch their feet for respect, because we hold all of our teachers in our tradition like so high.
Why do you think the art education is important for young people today?
Like I said, I think it teaches them so many important values, like discipline and determination. But I think it also shows them a nice community with like-minded people or people from their same culture or background. That's definitely a positive thing that these traditional art forms do. It'd also be a shame to have these traditional art forms that are so beautiful and so rich and so complex to just like not be shown to like audiences or in that country that it came from.
Now, do you think the dance changed the way you communicate with others?
I think it did. I think just like how I was saying, that level of humility that I learned, I think as I was able to communicate with people and then learn from other people, especially dancers, when you have to collaborate and cooperate for like a performance or a specific piece, you learn to give everybody that same respect that you would your teacher, and like work together. You listen more instead of talking more. As a result, you get so much more knowledge and experience, and you see how other people do things.
Thank you very much for taking your time to do this interview with us.